Welcome to the Morning Touch. I'm Darwin Campbell. You know, the Morning Touch always brought to you by Samaritan Touch Homeless Services, where we meet the homeless right where they are. You know, I was reading the scriptures and I came across a very well known passage in Mark chapter 6, verses 30 through 44. And it involves Jesus feeding the 5,000. And everybody's aware of how Jesus fed the 5,000. But when you look deeper into that passage, there's a message from the 5,000, a message from a group of people who were reaching for something, who were looking for something, who were needing something. In the world today, the 5,000 are among us. So let's listen and let's gain some nuggets from the message from the 5,000. The Bible says in Mark chapter 6, I'm going to read verses 30 through 38 through 44. How many loaves do you have? He asked. 5 and 2 fish. Jesus directed to have the people sit down in groups on the green grass. So they sat down in groups of hundreds and fifties. Taking the 5 loaves and 2 fish and looking up to heaven, he gave thanks and broke the loaves. Then he gave them to the disciples to distribute to the people. He also divided the 2 fish among them all. They ate all and were satisfied. The disciples picked up the 12 baskets full of broken pieces of bread and fish. The number of men who had eaten was 5,000. Obviously, the men were counted, but that doesn't include the women and the children. But for the sake of the scriptures, 5,000. 5,000 people who did not know where to go. 5,000 people who were poor, needy, and hungry. 5,000 people in search of something. Jesus satisfied their physical, and then he shared spiritual truth. Satisfied physical needs, and then shared spiritual truth. While the disciples in earlier passages wanted to see the people just go away. Listen, give them time to go and find them something. The disciples wanted to send them away. Jesus rejected that notion. Have them sit down in groups. This is who Jesus is. When we really look at the heart of the master, there's a lot there. But there is something that I want you to note. The message of the 5,000 is a strong indication of their belief in the master teacher. Their trust in his work and his promises. The 5,000 send a strong message of faith. Jesus was one who listened, he acted, he demonstrated that he cared. Oh, the power of care and compassion. 5 loaves, 2 fish, miraculously satisfy the appetites of 5,000 souls. This, brothers and sisters, is a reflection of the things that Jesus can do for you. This is a reflection of the things he can do for you when you fully trust him. Again, the disciples were saying, send them home, send them on their way, let them fend for themselves. Jesus said no. Jesus demonstrates from the greatest to the least, from the least to the greatest, how compassionate he really is. This is also a reflection of what he can do for you and me. Pay attention to this compassion. The 5,000 did. The message of the 5,000 is we're paying attention. We see this. We believe this. We know this. We trust this. The message of the 5,000 is a message of true faith. This Jesus, who did this for us, is the same Jesus who can rescue you too. He loves you. You know, I know that many of you out there listening, you feel abandoned, alone, forgotten. But please listen and take note of what I'm about to tell you. You are not alone. You may feel isolated. You may feel cut off, homeless. You may feel abandoned by society and family and friends. But he's right there with you. He's right there for you. He is ready to meet you right where you are. Let me say that again. Whether you're abandoned, whether you're alone, whether you feel forgotten, whether you've been cut off from society, family, or friends, Jesus says, take a seat. Don't go anywhere. I am right where you are. Listen, those 5,000 who sent a strong message that day were lonely, hopeless, needy, isolated, poor, cut off. Many of them had no money, no home. They were cold and without hope. Some of them ready to give up. But Jesus' words says it all. Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 through 30. He says, come unto me, all of you, with these feelings and these emotions and these challenges. Bring it to me. Lay it at my feet. All your troubles and all your burdens. I can take it. I can handle it. Come unto me, and I will give you rest. Are you looking for rest? Are you looking for peace? Then listen carefully to the message of the 5,000 who did not leave and who Jesus said, stay. You see, Jesus says it all. Not only when he says, come unto me and bring everything with you, he says, I am the door. Revelation chapter 3, verse 20. I am the door, and I stand there and I knock. If you open the door, if you don't walk away, if you hear me clearly, the knock is strong. I am calling for you. I want to help you. He says, I'll come in and I will sit down with you. No matter what your problems, no matter what your pain, no matter what you're dealing with, I am here. Come to me. Hear me. Let me help you. You see, Jesus makes a simple appeal. Whether you're homeless or abandoned or going through depression, divorce, financial pain, Jesus makes the appeal. Be not afraid. Revelations 1:17. We don't have to fear anything if we put it in his hands. You say, well, why, Pastor? Because no matter what we're going through, and all of us are going through something, know this first, that if you trust in Jesus Christ and you listen to the message of the 5,000, he's the Alpha, the Omega, the first, and the last. And then Peter writes in 1 Peter chapter 5, verses 6 and 7, humble yourself. Cast all of your anxieties and cares on him, for he cares for you. What better scenario can we look for or ask for? Jesus is making the appeal. Bring it all to him. Come to me. I'm the door. I'm knocking. Open it up. Let me in. Bring your anxieties to me. Stop trying to do it by yourself. Stop trying to do it by yourself. If you're alone, you're frustrated, you're lost, it's time to look to Jesus. It's time to make him the author and finisher of your faith. It's time for you to consider Hebrews 12 and verse 2. He's the promise keeper, the author, and the finisher. So I close with this. The Morning Touch brought to you by Samaritan Touch Homeless Services. Jesus has made his move. John 3:16. Like a chess game, it is time for you to make your move. It's your turn. Come unto me. I knock at the door. I make my appeal. Bring your anxieties to me. Jesus has made his move. It's your turn. God bless you. God keep you. See you again next time on The Morning Touch. It's your move. God bless you.